Here's a purifying sage sponge for you right now, man. You can smell it. You can be it. You can feel it. You can feel the clarifying energy coming through now, can't you? See, it's rock and roll through and through. When you let the old coyote, come on through and affect the likes of you, indeedy too, man. And I see today, there's a gathering here quite large, man. It's going to increase our bountifulness greatly. All across this land, there is hearts opening up, man. This is a very significant time in this reality, and I gotta tell you, there ain't no fatality in it, though for many it feels like dying. It does. It feels like it's all going away, and you're never going to see it again in that way again, are you? No, not ever. But you go on forever. You see, there is no death in it. It's transition naturally, okay? So it's life bringing itself to life by helping you through your death without taking you out of the body. See, what we do instead, baby, just watch it happen. I can't describe, but you know what's coming in. It's a vibe, man, and it's affecting the entire tribe. Now, there's a certain select group here we'll call the Coyote Clan that really do understand in some way. We come from a gazillion different walks of life, have a gazillion different ways about us, But babies, we are able, because of our perception, because of our understanding, we are able to move forward for our fellow human beings, okay? And help all the rest of them along the way. I've never seen such extreme responses to meaningless things, man, stuff that could affect us greatly, but meaningless things. I've never seen people so overreact as they're doing these days, People are getting radicalized, huh? See, so we got to create a center in ourselves, a centering energy. I've been feeling it all morning, man. I'm telling you. It's like this heart of mine, which normally would be here on my left side, beat, romance, whatever, Well, it is romantic, but not romancing anymore. It knows better now. But it's grown. It's like, it's the whole center part of my being. It's like this big old heart-shaped thing going across my chest and down there past the solar plexi, down there to the belly button or so, And it's just, that's where the tip of the heart is, goes down a little further too, but we won't describe that. But it's one whole, complete feeling, and it will grow. It's a spring creek thing. It's a spring creek moment. But because we're coming into these powerful places, it's time for our hearts to unite. No matter what our feelings are about one another and how victimized or unvictimized we might feel in this reality or whatever stage we be in our life. Don't you see? It don't matter right now, because right now we're all in the same space, the same energy field. We're beginning to receive from inside of ourselves, triggered by outside influences, but from inside of ourselves, a reawakening, a resurrection of truth, an understanding of that which seemed dead and gone inside. You see, that restless feeling we talk about sometimes, how humanity is never satisfied, no matter how good it gets. Well, this is the one that satisfies, this large heart, this larger heart. When you start to feel this kind of unity inside your personal person of a bodily experience, well, babies, it's going to set you free of all the tragedy. In fact, it already has. Because it's assembling it all in a semblance of fluidity. It's all in the flow of life, don't you know? And it's all flown through us. And we perceived it as we did then. We perceive it as we do now. Right here in this moment. See, this is the beginning. This is the place we be. This is the unwinding of life's mystery. Because we've held it too long. We held it back, man. We just, a lot of us had that dream. But that's what it seemed to be, a dream. Trying to empower that thing here, difficult in the extreme. Years and years we've tried to do what now is coming through, see? So that'll give you a little place to be, a little reassurance, don't you see, as to what's really happening right now in the third density, the 3D, this earth world as we call it. See, we are being moved, and it's a powerful move. Yeah, and it's influenced by the moon and the sun and the stars and our own hearts, too, because we're the ones creating it. Each and every one of us, all of us together, we're dreaming the same dream and putting ourselves a place in it, too, man. A birth, a place of being, B-E-R-T-H, man. And that is satisfying. When you know, not only are you at the place you always wanted to be, now you see that you've always been there. That the perception of off balance and tragedies and guilt and shame and all the nastiness we create doesn't truthfully exist in this place at the center of everything. That's something out there on the fringes, and it's being transformed right now by the steady flow, the steady stream of golden glow. The stream of life, don't you know, coming from inside to the outside, reflecting back to the inside. So it's one and the same in this here game we call life and living, you see. Now you're going to unravel a whole lot of your own personal history. That which is, quote, quote, you, which is me and everybody else too, okay? There's a path, there's a flow, there's a specialty. Other than that, we're together, don't you see? One big ocean of love, and each of us a tiny little molecule in that ocean, and also the entire ocean inside of that tiny molecule. That's how we be, and now we're starting to understand what we didn't see, what we couldn't see before. So let go of the legends. Let go of all the BS that's gone on before. There's a clear thread there, but you can't get it until you back away from the whole story and just let it be what it is, as it reveals from inside of you and your personal experience in it too, as a spiritual presence, as we call it. We're dreamers conveying ourselves into a very believable dream. And what we think of as dream, well, that's our real life. And what we're doing here, well, that's a dream. I know, it seems like a scheme, a nasty one too. But babies, we saw it through. We did what we had to do. See, we created some disharmony somewhere way back when, and we come to rectify it again in this lifetime, babies. I don't care if you're 2, 22, or like me, a little on the larger side of life there where the numbers start getting bigger, man, I'm telling you. And the days get, well, faster and faster. And boy, time is a micro blaster. You hardly even realize it. It's here one moment and gone the next. There ain't no time. See, that's an indication that we're getting there, baby, see. Because we are stepping out of time as we expand from the 3D into what comes to us naturally. Okay? So just be open in that place today. Let these golden rays of love come shining through the likes of you, babies, and you won't ever again be blue. You'll be just right. You take off, you take flight. You are the shining star that you see before you, as well as inside you. Yes, it's a sun, S-U-N, a shining thing, of course. We're made of the essence of that, baby. Each and every one of us and all of us together as the golden sun inside of the mother one. See? That's what happens when you step beyond the 3D. There can't be accidents or injury or even illness or any kind of disharmony. Because then we're living truthfully, and in truth there is no lie, no deception, no reason for it to exist ever. Conflict? What's that? We don't know. We're in the flow. We're in the golden glow of life, constantly expanding in our experiential ways, man. And we got some really awesome stuff, some really heavy-duty plays coming up. They're going to be light as a feather. And we're all birds of a feather, man, and we can go through this kind of weather. Thunder and lightning, that ain't frightening, man. Ooh, we know what to do. When the thunder's on us too, baby, we hear the sweet voice of love in the thunder and the rain. And the lightning too, baby, even as it passes through you. It'll be like lightning too, only not so shocking, but incredibly awakening. That moment is here. That time is now. That place is right now. Okay? And we got the fun little presence of Chicago now to help us along the way here at hazyradio.com, the place you turn to when you really want to get it on, especially when I'm singing this Spring Creek song from the beginning. You get it clear right here at the Hazy place, okay? Love you so, don't you know? Stay in that flow, and you'll be okay. Nothing else will ever get in your way. Each and every day. See, it's just there. And of course, we have to put it away. You know, there's no real way when you're that little defenseless baby child in this third density to convey that reality, that truth that you were born with, that full presence of love, the full presence of life. Man, I'm telling you what, and there is no feeling like the one we're dealing when we're born. No feeling at all like that. I mean, it is why we come in here. And it's why some babies, you know, just come in and do that and then pass away. Because that's all they needed to feel. That full present moment. That's the deal, see? So though we weep big tears and, you know, cry our heart out because we're grieving over the lost loved ones, they're still there. And they got the experience they needed, whatever that was, in that few little moments of time they were here. The rest of us, well, we start to get it clear right away, don't we, dear? Yeah, they start going silver in your eyes and shots in your bum, and pretty soon, you know, you're laying in a cold-hearted little nursery, they call it, you know, in a little basket made out of plastic, you know, and looking around saying, what the... And then we adjust, and then it goes bust, because we have to adjust. At least that's the way it seems, because we seem to lose our power. Even though we know the strength of that power the moment we're born, the next moment is another moment, and starts to fade away rather rapidly, wouldn't you say, especially when they treat you in this shocking sort of way. Now, I'm very pleased to see that a lot of this reality has adjusted itself to a different way of being, a whole lot kinder to the child, you know, and not scrubbing them off with steel wool and stuff like that. I mean, come on, guys. Whoever said that was sanitary, let alone sane? You know, you got to think about it. This is a living, breathing human person, and you got to treat them with respect. You want to get respect in this life? Respect the children, man. Now, I know that's not always easy to do because there's a part of you that really despises the child. You realize that too? It does, man. It's just like, wow, how dare you be so innocent? How dare you be so kind? How dare you be like, you know, kind of divine? How dare you be that? You know, there's a part of you, because you had to sell out, see? And so it kind of hates the baby. Or at least it has that kind of feeling to it, doesn't it? Now, I don't know how anybody can hate innocence, but it does happen in all of us. One form or another, if you're honest with yourself. Now, I don't expect you to be. You don't have to be. You don't have to fess up to nothing. Here in this 3D, you don't have to do anything, really. Except just be. And be what you are, who you are, how you are, right now, in this day, in this moment. See? But be honest about it, too. You want to find what's true. You don't want to live a bunch of lies and illusions. You don't want to, you know, get caught up in the fight, you know. Look at this world around us, how fractured it is right now. Politically, nationally, internationally. I mean, you know, it's like everybody's at war with everyone else. And that's kind of a deliberate policy that some have imposed upon us, some that I would call the invaders. I know a lot of you folks don't think that ever happened, but look at human behavior. Do you think that's natural and normal? I didn't think so, see. And it doesn't take much of a stretch to see that, wow, we have been manipulated here in the 3D. There's something really strange about this whole world. How can such cold-heartedness exist? You know, and I don't say that to get you all upset. You thought I was going to say that other word, didn't you? It's PG-13 here today. I ain't saying any of that stuff, okay? Got the old coyote way, man. We have to adjust and adapt, too, in a gentlemanly sort of way, or a gentle lady sort of way, however you want to see it and be it. But see, even that division, the male and female, is like totally contrary to our reality. We're not divided. We're complete. We have no need for another person to complete us because we're already there in every other person that exists. Believe it or not, Now, the way you get into this, the way you see this, is just to relax. Don't have a heart attack. Give yourself a little time to help yourself unwind, Get out there in nature, dip your feet in a cold, clear lake there in the mountain somewhere, or a stream, and just dream. Maybe talk a little Mary J along the way, because she'll help you understand. And there's other natural herbal essences that will help you too, man. So whatever it is that seems you're inclined to, don't be afraid to employ that as an assistant, as a tool in your life. Because that's the way it's meant to be. So you can remember who you are and what you are, and bring that innocent child that knows everything forward. And the reason it knows everything is because it lives in everything. Right there in that fleshly presence of the 3D, man. It's got all life. Every bit of it. Even the mother it just come from, especially that. It's got everything. And there's nothing left out, nothing left behind. It's all there. That is completeness. That is wholeness. That is the maximum form of the expression of love that we can be as humanity and as spiritual essences too. See? So I don't want you to be blue. I just want you to see it through. Understand that we created all this experience for ourselves in order to challenge ourselves, to ripen ourselves. It's kind of like putting the steel in the fiery furnace and then tempering it down with a little cold water and then doing it again and then tempering it down with a little cold, etc. It's kind of like that. But we're working ourselves into the right shape that we want to be. We're giving ourselves a root in the feeling reality, which, to tell you the truth, is beyond the 3D. But the 3D is a great school, so don't be a fool. Learn your lessons here and appreciate them too. If you got energy towards, negative energy towards anyone, well, you're not having fun, for one. And for another, that negative energy comes right back to you and causes even more divisionary splits inside of you, which then leads to illnesses and accidents and all kinds of weird things, mental instability, etc. See? It's all about bringing all the voices in our head back to the heart. And if you don't hear them as voices, well, then there's feelings. Bring all those feelings back to the heart. Whatever it is you're dealing. See, some people are really mental and think in language, in terms of language and so forth. You got to understand, before we got this way, man, we had what was called telepathy now, but what is really just heart communication. We didn't need the language. But we adopted the language and the breath that goes with it because we wanted to be able to express and sing like angels. Sing our creative being into the presence that it is, okay? I know it's a journey, it's a trip, but guess what? It's Free Day Friday, baby. That means not only is this the last day you got to slave away for a couple days anyway, but it's the day that you finally set yourself free. Now, you're getting a lot of help from the reality around you. It's true, baby. There's ETs everywhere. But guess what? Most all of them are family. Well, they're all family. Everyone, not just most all. But most all are human family. There's a whole bunch of them. Now, I know there's a bunch of trigger-happy dickwits out there that would have you believe otherwise and have you think that there's bad ones and good ones and we're all divided and we're going to have a war now with outer space, Like the wars are never going to end, Well, whoever invented that concept of war? Why do you have to prove yourself to anyone? Why do you have to fight with anyone? Take flight with everyone. Be who you are. That's what little Okies say. And you quit your barking now, okay? Everybody knows you're here, baby. We got that clear, didn't we? Okay. Darlings, rock away here on the Everclear Hazy Radio Network with Grandpa Coyote, Okie-Wan Kenobi, and Sweet Mary J. Always there to help us along the way.